Watch Jefferson climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Come
on! Good morning. To be straight up with everybody, I'm straight struggling today. There's 100% struggle on this end. I haven't seen JJ in 2 weeks. I saw Joey work on VSiN this week, and I'm sure I've seen Gary around somewhere over the last week or so. First of all, let's just start with everything that's going on here at RPS, whether it be on the bet side or the DFS side. Mad Labs is here. He's a big MMA guy. He's going to work pretty well with Joey Work. Joey Work killing it on the bet side. Mad Lab's going to kill it on the DFS side. Joey Work, how was your night at UFC 290?
A lot of fun. I think I went 12-2 on my picks on the Run Pure side. I do put now we have a new section up there that Tony has, that there's 8 different coordinators putting up their who they think is going to win and how they think they're going to win each fight, which is pretty cool new section we have added there. And I think it was me and maybe Glaucoma did the best out of everybody, but it was a lot of fun. This is week 3. I think I'm at the top maybe now after 3 weeks after that week, but we'll see once the standings are updated. I do appreciate everybody hanging out. Look at all the people in the building already. Let me turn this up a little bit. All right. What up, baby? Boy, I sent you a text message on DM. Can you check? I only got 20 minutes to draft.
Huh? JJ, I haven't seen you in a couple weeks, dude. What's going on in your world? How is everything? How's my boy?
Everything's okay. Cozy, as the some folks might say. I will say this, Holden. I did not like your energy to start the show. Joey Work once again picked you up with a little added boost or burst, if you will. The least you could do, I mean, we understand that you don't host this show very well, but the least you could do is bring some energy. I think we all could use some extra energy on this lovely Sunday morning. And look, it's the last day of baseball for a few days. Yeah, sure, you get the home run derby and the All-Star game and whatnot, but in reality, going to take a 4 or 5 day hiatus from baseball. So let's make some money today. Yeah,
Gary, what are you going to do without baseball for a couple days?
I have no idea. I'm going to enjoy life. I'll tell you that. It's going to be a nice little break. It's been the grind. Baseball's a grind every day, in and out. The Braves are just going to get it done for us again today. I'm just going to say that right off the top of the show. I think Zach Eflin is a fraud. I think he's going to get smashed today. So
okay,
I'm ready to dive in for this last slate before the All-Star break.
Okay, well, if you have nothing to do like Gary, you might as well just sign up for RPS. What do you think of that energy, JJ? You might as well sign up for RPS. Summer 33. 33% off your first payment of a monthly or weekly plan. Great time to check it out. We just hired Third and Schlong. Now we've got Mad Lab. Then we got these boys over here. And we got a 10-game DFS slate. And we'll talk DFS with Gary. I'm sure JJ will chime in. Joey Work, JJ talking bets, and I'll just sit here and do whatever I want to do. And Rob Strom, not an Eflin fan today, or at all. He just doesn't like him. So we'll go. And such a homer. What do you expect? It's Gary, dude. If Gary doesn't pick the Braves, something's seriously wrong with the Braves.
I will say this. I am not the biggest homer at RPS. I will tell you that right now. It's 100% VIP. He strokes for the Rangers like 25 times a day in the Discord.
Does that guy work for us?
Yes, VIP. Yes, he does.
No shit.
He's got the house with the vaulted ceilings in every room. I mean, he's got some dough.
Wish I lived in Texas and I could get 20,000 square feet for $100,000. Anyways, let's move on, and we're going to start with the DFS side here. I don't see any weather. I'm not too worried about the weather, Gary. If you're worried about the weather, let me know. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I think the hairiest spot is in New York, but I think it's going to be fine. I think all the rain's moving north, and most of it has moved past the city already, so I think we're pretty good.
And then what we do on this show is a little bit different since we talk betting and DFS. We don't go pitcher pool and then like that. We'll just go game by game. So you actually have to listen, and you got to listen to Gary for the DFS side of things. So I'm not going to take my own advice, JJ. Okay. I'm just saying, if you've woken up this morning and you want to learn something, just listen and it'll help. So let's go. We've got a little Oakland Boston today. JP Sears on the mound. JP Sears, one of these guys with the A's. He's coming along now, isn't he, Gary? Talk to me here. Do you like either pitching option? I think we'll have a little bullpen game for the Red Sox, but with Boston being chalk, do you want to go to the Boston Bats or do you like?
Man, I like the Oakland Athletics here. I like them on the betting side. I like them on every side. I think they win this game pretty easily. I like JP Sears a lot. I've been playing him all season. I think he's my favorite pitcher on the slate today, which is crazy to me. He's 6,500 in Boston. I'm seeing like 4 to 5% ownership on him. The Boston Red Sox are going to be the massive chalk on the DFS slate. I don't really understand their total. They have the highest total on the slate at 5.4 implied total. I just don't think they're that good. They got Alfaro in the lineup, Arroyo, Chang. They got all these trash cans at the bottom of the lineup, but they're going to be massively owned. I did the same thing yesterday. I loved Blackburn yesterday. I set my lineups for the 1 o'clock lock. I go out to do some shit for the house, and then I see the Blackburn is scratched news. And then all the chalk donkeys that played Boston get paid off because they scored massive runs yesterday. So I don't think that's going to happen today. I like JP Sears a lot here. I'm going to have a lot, and JP Sears is definitely going to be in my core.
All right. I know that JJ has a bet on this. Here's the line: Oakland and Boston, 9.5's the total, -10 to both sides. Oakland plus 150, Red Sox an unbettable -175. Talk to me here, JJ. What do you got in this game?
Yeah, I really like the under. So it very correlated to what Gary was saying. I do like JP Sears, and I know that there's been runs in this series, especially from the Red Sox. Yesterday was just a pounding from their bats, but their lineup today is quite watered down. They really went platoon heavy against Sears. Not to say they won't pitch hit dudes later in this game, but could be an early vacation for some of these guys as well. And then look, Oakland, we know on a daily basis, it's not like they bring to town a lot of bats. And yes, I'm not a Taylor Scott fan, but man, it is just not difficult to navigate this Oakland lineup. And a 9.5 total here is basically what we've had throughout the series. And I actually like this pitching matchup more than any of the pitching matchups we've had in this series. So I feel like you're getting the better pitching matchup of the series. You're getting watered down bats, and the total is practically about the same that it's been. So I really like this under. I understand that the Pens could blow this game up, but again, just speaking bats, there is a lot of guys out of this lineup. And Holden, real quick question for you. What's your thoughts on Rooker making the All-Star game with his 790 OPS?
I mean, who else are they going to send there? Seriously, every team needs somebody to go. So I don't know. I hate that
rule. I hate that rule, by the way. But
see, I like that because when I was little, I grew up a Mets fan. And they were so bad. This is way before your dad was born. They're so bad. They'd rarely be on national television. So I was just happy to see fucking Joel Youngblood or Ellis Valentine out there. So I like it.
Hey, Holden.
What?
So you like it? It's like a participation trophy, though.
Who cares?
All it is.
Why are you going to
give a participation trophy?
Are you going to give 1 second of thought to this once the game is over? No, just let some little kid enjoy Brett Rooker before they move. Joey Work, you got any thoughts on the game today?
Yeah, I like it too because I like that they bring one player from each team. So, people travel around the country, go to the All-Star game. Hey, man, I'm an Oakland Athletics fan. Look, I got my Oakland Athletics hat on.
Yeah.
At least got a little representation there,
Yeah.
But we probably should have been the guy up top, Diaz, or the guy that just steals all the bases. He should have probably made the All-Star team anyway.
All right. Well, he's there. Ruiz. That's who.
Ruiz, yes, on Ruiz.
Ruining Sears with you today, Gary.
I like it.
All right, let's move on. And that's where you're going to chime in on the game, right, Joey Work?
I don't even remember what game you're talking about.
Cubs, the Yankees, mid-80s, winds blowing in a little bit here, Gary. Hendricks and Domingo Germán. I can't get Germán right, so I'm not even going to bother with this. Can Hendricks shut down the Yankees? Do you like bats on either side of this one at Yankee Stadium?
I mean, I love the Cubs in this spot. The Yankees are just trash. Sorry, Joey. They're just really bad. Hendricks has allowed the lowest exit velocity and lowest barrel rate of any pitcher on the slate today. He's getting a lot of soft contact, getting a lot of ground balls, which is what he's known for. I like Hendricks a lot here. And on the other side, I love the Chicago Cubs bats here. Herman, I'm going to be betting that he does not have the sticky stuff today. And he's going to get shelled. I like the Cubs. They're one of my favorite stacks on the slate. Herman over the last month is allowing over 245, over a 245 ISO to both sides of the plate, over a 375 WOBA to both sides of the plate, and massive 50% hard contact to lefties, 60% to righties. I mean, he's just getting annihilated. And he threw a no-hitter or perfect game or whatever during this month.
Or
and
whatever.
Those numbers are, yeah. I mean, he had the sticky stuff.
Like it happens every week.
I mean, but he's going to get shelled today. I like this offense a lot. Cody Bellinger's going yard for sure.
Joey, that was slightly aggressive, more passive aggressive than anything else. But I can just say this: if we ever said anything about the Braves, Gary would do the same thing. So that's it.
He threw a perfect game or whatever. When was the last time?
Or whatever.
Game?
I mean, it happens. People throw perfect games.
Yeah. When was the last time? When was the last time?
There's zero chance he didn't have the sticky stuff in that game. He was doing something. The dude
sticky stuff, no sticky stuff. Fucking get the job done, buddy. People have been cheating in baseball for how many years?
I mean, I get it.
All right. The Braves are probably cheating. That's why they're so good.
Yeah.
Oh, shots fired. All right. So I actually think the Yankees probably win this game. Domingo Germán pitches 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Kyle Hendricks on the other end probably goes 6 innings, 2 earned runs too. So it's probably about 2-2 after 5. I almost bet the first 5 under here because I don't think there's many runs here. The Yankees offense has been very anemic as of late. So I do think this is an under game, but in the end, the Yankees probably expose this Cubs bullpen, and we probably get another homer from Josh Donaldson. The guy's got like 14 or 10 homers with 14 hits on a year. So if he doesn't hit a homer, the guy
he hit a pop-up out of the park. Was it yesterday or the day before? Anyways, here's the lines on that game. Cubs of the Yankees, 8.5 total. Cubs plus 130, minus 50 for the Yankees. JJ, anything to add after Joey's spectacular breakdown?
One thing I'll say is that the Yankees' bulk of their runs yesterday came from right-handed bats versus the lefty. They don't have that fortune today. However, Gary's point, Herman's been pretty bad this month, but this isn't a bad spot to kind of correct himself. So for me, it's arrows going a bunch of different directions. So it's just a total pass for me.
All right, very good. Our next game will be Kansas City at Cleveland. Shane Bieber, and we got Ryan Yarbrough, the former Tampa Bay Ray that's going out there. He's going off a decent start, Gary, but it was against Oakland. Besides for that, he hasn't been getting deep into games. He's probably not. He can't be an option even against this Cleveland offense, can he? Cleveland hosting Kansas City. You like anything here? DFS.
Yeah, definitely no Yarbrough for me. I think Cleveland's going to be one of they'll probably be up there like the 4th or 5th highest owned stack on the slate today. I just can never 5-man stack this team. They just don't hit bombs. They hit a bunch of singles and move the ball around a little bit. But I'll pass on the full 5-man. But I don't hate like little mini stacks here. Ramirez, Bell, Jimenez, even Fry. Fry is cheap. He's hit lefties well over the last 30 days, sitting there in the 7-hole dirt cheap. So definitely like the Cleveland bats here a little bit for mini stacks. And Bieber, I like Bieber too. Anybody against Kansas City, I'm going to like. And Bieber has been pretty good recently. So especially versus right-handed bats. Well, Kansas City. I mean, they have a ton of lefties in the lineup today, but over the last 30 days, I mean, they got a 257 WOBA against righties. So that's not good at all.
JJ, I know you got to play in this. Here's the total is 8. It's juiced to the over, minus 115. Royals plus 200, minus 240 for the Guardians. Before you give us a play in this game, didn't you sweep the board yesterday too? Like Joey Works going 12-2 in MMA. What did you do? You didn't get one wrong.
No, I did. I did get the Mets wrong in the late night game. Yes, I will do it. I also, speaking of people that got things wrong, I don't have a bet in this game.
Why is Cleveland, Kansas City over 8.5 on the sheet?
That was yesterday.
Well, fucking take it down.
It is down.
Well, I mean, I was doing my prep 20 minutes ago. It was up there.
No, it's
now
not.
it's down.
I mean, you're just a pathological liar, which is
Get
straight.
your
I mean,
shit
it's fine.
together. Why would I
what it
think
is.
that you had a fucking 8.5 thing? First of all, it's a bad number. That's up there because today it's 8.
If you just look at the date, you would have known that it wasn't
I
the
don't
right
know
date.
fucking date. What day is it? Oh shit, man. 9 days. I got 373 days till I'm 50. Fuck this. Anyways, JJ's starting to get a little frustrated. I didn't tell him, so it really doesn't matter. But you got any thoughts?
So betting wise, I don't. However, from the DFS side, Gary, I know you said you do kind of like Cleveland's bats. To me, they would be a total fade in this spot. I get it. The spot's not bad by any means, but looking at sub 10 to 12% ownership on a bunch of these guys, as you mentioned, Guardians have absolutely no power versus lefties. This lineup is platoon. Their power comes from the left side. I mean, outside of Jose Ramirez, I don't even know who even hits home runs from the right side of the plate on this team. So yeah, it would be a complete fade for me on that end. And I get it, Yarbrough's easy to target, but no, absolutely no Guardians lineup for me today.
Hold on, Joey Work, Cleveland, Kansas City. Why bother, right?
Cleveland. Yeah, I mean, Bieber is such a fake good pitcher. It's not even funny. There's times to expose him. I don't know. Is it time you go against? He's pitching against the worst team in baseball. Is it this the time? Maybe not. I know we bet against him last game. I mean, he was wild all over the place. It was a win. His advanced numbers are terrible. His advanced numbers have been really bad all year. He's given up almost 50% hard hit. X weighted on base percentage almost 350 against. I mean, the guy he's striking out batters at only less than 20%. The only thing really positive, he doesn't walk anybody. In the last start, I think he walked 5 people. So it's obviously hard to trust Ryan Yarbrough and the worst team in baseball. But I mean, if you want to maybe take Kansas City team total over, I'm sure you can get that at a low number, probably about 3. I'm not totally against that. That would probably be my lean. Otherwise, I'm going to stay away.
Like button would be great. We got a great crowd again every Sunday. Thanks for showing up. But it's been a lot of fun doing this show. We love doing this show. I don't know if Gary does. It's his first year having to deal with us, but it's been very successful to this point. And make sure you use the code. Huh?
He was on the show last year with us, was he not?
No. Gary, you didn't do the show with us last year.
I did Sundays. Yeah.
You did a show with us last year?
I think they broke it apart, right? Because they had
You didn't do the show with us.
Yeah, they had a DFS separate show and then a bet show.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I fought to get back on this show a month ago. So I love this show.
Hold on. There's a lot going on. What's with the Wimbledon thing?
Yes, I have a Wimbledon shirt on. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Did someone say that in the chat?
Yeah,
just keep,
he said it in the chat.
He's your nipples.
Complimenting
He's
complimenting my outfit because this is fucking style. Holden will teach you a little bit about.
Definitely wants to grab your cock. Summer 33, 33% off your first payment. We added Mad Labs. He's a MMA guy. He's spectacular. We had some defections, but that's okay. We just added some massive talent. So we got him. We got Third and Schlong. I mean, look at this handsome crew we got today. This is just, you know what, Daniel Mardorf, you're right. Hold on a second. His only addition is possible Angry Mangone. For those of you that are subscribers and you play DFS, holy shit. One of my favorite shows ever was Friday because Travis Mangone was absolutely furious. It was great. He was picking on Tony on Big T, and it was absolutely amazing. So
don't crawl into that backyard, expecting him to stay sane. That's for sure.
I'm not fucking with Mangone anymore. He is he's not good. And again, DFS, it's Travis Jankowski is really Stevie Janowski. And for those of you that don't know what Stevie Janowski is, I can't help you. You've got problems. Toronto, Detroit, Gary, DFS. We got Tariq Skubal, who's coming off a pretty impressive short performance against Oakland, though. 6 Ks in 4 innings. He got us 20 points in 4 innings. And Bassett's going up against the Detroit team that loves striking out against right-handers. What do we got, Toronto, Detroit? And are there any bats we could play, too?
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously, I like Bassett here a little bit. Not a lot. I don't think he's going to make, like, my first 2 lineups. If I started getting – maybe my third lineup, I'd have a Bassett lineup just because it is Detroit. But I also don't hate taking some Detroit bats against them. Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter. Don't hate those guys as like little one-off type pieces. But as far as Skubal goes, I can't do it today. His price is up. They got another starter in Reese Olson that's going to be piggybacking him today. I think those two just pitched the whole game. I think one goes 4 to 5 innings. The other goes 4 to 5 innings here. And I definitely do not want to take Toronto bats against either one of these pitchers. Reese Olson's been pretty good recently, and I'm a Scooble guy, so I'm not going to be picking on anybody on those guys with Toronto today. And I think Toronto is actually going to get a little bit of ownership. They got a high implied team total. I'm seeing some pretty decent ownership on them, and I think we can just completely fade those guys. I think Whit Merrifield is going to be high owned, Bo Bichette, they're all going to be high owned. So pretty much just Bassett, maybe a little bit if you're MMEing, and a couple of Detroit cheap bets.
There were more Blue Jays fans at that game yesterday than the Tigers. Joey, total here is 8. Juice the over at -20. Blue Jays -135 favorites. Tigers +115. Any thoughts on Bassett and Skubal?
Another lean to the under here.
Okay.
So Skubal pitched. I think his last start was his first pitch. He went 4 innings. No hit. The A's. Okay, the A's. He did look good. He also pitched good in his 4 rehab starts before that. And I do think Reese Olson's actually numbers have been quite good as well. So on the other end, Bassett, Bassett doesn't exactly scare me, but he is getting a Detroit team. Another team's offense is a little anemic at times. Even like the bottom 4 people of their order, not very good. Even for both teams, Toronto's bottom 4 doesn't really impress me either. So I definitely lean first 5 under, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Okay. JJ, you got any thoughts on this Toronto-Detroit game?
Yeah, I mean, pound for pound, my favorite pitcher in the entire slate is Chris Bassett. I think that people are looking past him a bit because of yesterday's debacle with Gausman. Now, Gausman didn't pitch terrible yesterday, but he got lit up pretty bad in the first inning. Should have actually been worse than what it ended up being. And then he ended up getting only a few Ks from there. And I think 50% of people had him in their lineups, especially in the high stakes stuff. So, yeah, I think this is a nice bounce back spot for the Jays in general. Skubal was great his first start. Obviously, he's a great pitcher in general. So I do lean with Joey as far as the under. But, yeah, I mean, you look at this lineup. I mean, Bassett's really good against righties, and this Tigers team has a ton of righties in this lineup. So, yeah, ultimately, really like the spot for Bassett, pound for pound, my favorite pitcher in the slate, along with Herman.
Okay. Joey Work. We're going to move on because you already talked about this, and I just realized that. So, like button would be wonderful. That'll be great. And we're going to continue this slate here with the Homer play of the day here. I don't think they put the little graphics in today, Gary, but you're wearing a Braves hat, so that works. I mean, we're fine with that. Atlanta and Tampa Bay. This one in Tampa Bay, Eflin and Elder, the pitching matchup. Do we want to stack against Eflin today because you love the Braves so much?
So let me read you who Eflin has faced so far this season. Philadelphia, Arizona, Kansas City, the Padres, Oakland, Minnesota, the Cubs, Toronto, Milwaukee, the Yankees, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, the White Sox twice, Oakland, and Detroit.
Baltimore.
I mean, they faced one good team. He's faced one good team is my point. He has not faced an offense that just hits bombs. And I don't think he's this good. I just still don't think he's this good. I know the Rays spent all this money, and they never do that. They go out and get a free agent pitcher and give him the highest contract ever that they've ever given out. But he's never faced the Braves. The Braves have the lowest strikeout rate, one of the lowest strikeout rates over the last 30 days against right-handed pitching, and they have the top WRC plus top ISO versus righties. I mean, this lineup top to bottom is just – it's incredible to watch. I mean – fanhood aside, if I wasn't a fan like y'all of the Braves, I would just be really impressed by what they do. They just hit bombs day in and day out. I love slates like this where I just get to talk about my Braves. You look at their stats over the last 30 days against righties, it's all green. They have 18% strikeout rate and a 263 ISO against righties over the last 30 days. That's pretty good against a fraud of a pitcher in Zach Eflin. So yes, I will be stacking the Braves today.
Okay. Joey Work, let me just ask you, forget about the Braves for a second. We all know how great they are. Tampa Bay, a bunch of frauds, or they're just coming back down to earth and they'll pick it up again?
Yeah, they started off great. I told you they were going to regress, and they're going to regress. They probably lose in the first round of the playoffs. Their bullpen is fucking terrible. If you look up their bullpen numbers, let me pull up their bullpen numbers real fast. Hold on.
Real
Right.
bad.
Sixth worst bullpen in baseball. They're with Oakland, Washington, Cincinnati, the Mets, Colorado, Tampa Bay Rays.
Mm-hmm.
Like the team in first place in the division should not be that bad.
JJ, you laughed when Joey said that, and I just wonder why you would do such a thing.
Because I've known Joey for quite a few years now, and no matter how good another team in the AL East looks, he will always talk about the one or two things they do terribly. So yes, the Rays have been streaking negatively. They aren't scoring any runs. I am surprised to see them favored here, to be honest. The problem is just such not a Bryce Elder guy.
You're not,
but Eflin's been better at home. He's had a better season, but yeah, when he sees big bats, he typically falters. And to Joey's point, it's not like it's fun handing this ball off to that Rays pen either. To me, this feels like a complete mismatch today in particular, especially with the line. Reason I'm not targeting it is because the Rays are not hitting, but again, I don't like Bryce Elder. This would be a spot where, in theory, these bats could come a bit to life, and if they do, Eflin might not need to pitch a crazy good game. So call me on this, and I lean the over in the game, but I don't absolutely love it. But yeah, definitely no pitchers in this game. I'm looking at Eflin's ownership. Gary's 20%. Is that for real?
Really?
15 to 20%.
I mean,
everybody, it's 15 now. What is it? 10?
I mean, if the game log watchers are going to open his game log and they're going to say, "Oh, I'm playing him." I mean, if it's 20%,
to be correct, 17.5%. Holden is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm seeing 16.5 on Saber, but I mean that's a lot. That's a lot for this matchup.
Especially
Mangone. Yeah. Mangone is here. 78 likes to 386 watching is pissed off worthy. Get over yourself, Mangone.
Hey, I agree with that, Mango. You know, lost your place.
I didn't lose my place. I'm just trying to take a deep breath because Mangone took it out on all of us Friday, and now he's coming in here and he's still upset. And I don't like to see that. I just want Travis to be a happy little guy.
Anybody these freaking likes up though? Like, can we just say that again?
It's a great show. It's Sunday. It's, as JJ says, our flagship show. It does better numbers than the weekday shows even. And, you know, if they don't want to do that, fuck them. It's bad mojo. You do want to hit it? Great. You're going to have a good day today. It's as simple as that. Anybody else want to talk about the Braves, or are we moving on? Okay, good talk. So, Philadelphia and Miami. We got a good pitching matchup. The Lizard King and Aaron Nola. You know what's interesting about this, Gary, is that the Marlins have that cockamamie start time where we never get Luzardo on a slate, which is interesting. We also got some money coming in on Miami too. So maybe, you know, the smart guys say that it's going to be the Marlins today. You tell me here what's going on with these two pitchers and these two offenses. What do you got?
I love both pitchers here. I'm not a Nola guy originally. Normally, I got a buddy of mine that always says, especially after last week's performance, when he put up 40 DraftKings points, he's like, what else does Nola have to do to gain your respect? I don't know. I'm going to hop on board though today, and he's probably going to get shelled. That's normally the way this works. But Luzardo and Nola both are the two highest owned pitchers on the slate. I love playing Lizard. But man, I like other pitchers that are going to be a little lower owned today. I'm not going to fade both of these guys completely, but I'll probably be underweight just because I like some of the cheaper options that's going to allow me to get up to the big Braves bats. So, but yeah, I think if I had to choose one or the other, I would definitely choose Luzardo over Nola. But that might be my anti-Nola bias kicking in.
That's what it sounds like. So here's the lines today with Marlins hosting the Phillies, Nola Luzardo. It's just a total of 7. Juice the over -120. Phillies actually 58% to the under. So most of their games going to the under here. Slight favorites for Philadelphia +105 on the road. JJ, you got any breakdown? A pretty good pitching matchup. Really good pitching matchup today.
So I did plan on fading both these arms in DFS today before I saw these lineups. Philly decided, this is probably why the line moved in favor of the Marlins, about 15 cents ish. Philly's benched quite a few bats today. which I get it. A few lefties got benched with Luzardo on the hill, but yeah, this lineup doesn't look nearly as good as it often does. So it does give Luzardo a little added value, and even a bit on the Marlins end too. At the bottom, lineup just looks a bit watered down. So yeah, the total of 7 to me makes sense for this park. However, I am finding it hard to get up for these guys at these prices. But yeah, I can now be a little more convinced. To Gary's point, lineups are so watered down that I think you'd probably be crazy to fade both guys. But to be at their ownership, I think is also crazy. So, I could go a little light. I'd be a little light there, but no, I'm not playing the 25%-ish on these guys. That's for sure.
Hey, Joey Work. What do you think of this Miami-Philly game?
Yeah, it's Marlins or pass here. Nola had one good start on the road. Now Gary apparently wants to fellatio him.
Negative. Did you listen?
You know that means, Joey? That means putting
I've
penis in her mouth.
Fellatioing Nola, so I've always been a Nola fan.
He might not know what it means. It means putting a penis in someone's mouth.
I think Joey meant me. I think Joey meant me there. It's all good. Always been a Nola fan.
You wanted to put it in your mouth?
Okay,
JJ?
let's throw out Nola's last start on the road. The start before that, he pitched 5 innings, 4 earned. Start before that, 6 innings, 4 earned. Start before that versus the Mets, 6 innings, 4 earned. 6 innings, 5 earned. 6 innings, 4 earned. 6 innings, 4 earned. The guy's given up 4 earned runs through 6 innings every single start, except for that last start versus who? The Tampa Bay Rays, the overrated Tampa Bay Rays. Would you look at that? Yeah. So and this Miami team has seen a lot of Aaron Nola, over 120 at bats, batting 306, X weighted on base percentage, slugging almost 500 against them. I know this lineup doesn't exactly scare us for Miami, but I do think Miami gets the job done. I prefer Jesus Luzardo. As we see, there's no Bryce Harper. This Phillies lineup looks like, not very good, that's for sure. So Miami or pass in this game.
Gary, over the couple of years, JJ and Joey and I have done this show. I think this is our 3rd year. I'm not sure, though. We've never gotten your take on fellatio. Giving, taking, thoughts.
Love it all. That's my thoughts.
All right, great.
Somebody cut the promo.
Anything you throw near Gary's mouth, he's in.
I love Gary. I really do. What a great addition to the show. Hit the like button. That'd be great. If for nothing else, but Gary's sense of humor on that one. It was great that he was playing along. We're also going to get to a game here that I know we got a bet and we got DFS goodness. And I want to ask Gary how we're building the Reds Brewers game today, because on one side we got Lively and on the other side we got Miley, and we got 2 mediocre pitchers going up against how fun is this freaking Ellie De La Cruz, who's now going to win the Rookie of the Year because Corbin Carroll's shoulder is a lot worse than anyone wants to admit. So talk to me here. What are we doing DFS-wise, Gary?
So I think Milwaukee is going to be really popular today. I think they're probably going to be the highest owned stack on the slate. Outside of Boston, maybe. Those two probably neck and neck. That never excites me when bad offenses in general are chalk. I kind of shy away from it. But it is Ben Lively. He's terrible. Christian Yelich and Willie Adames are really my only interest from the Milwaukee Brewers. They've both been really hot lately. I like targeting batters that have just been hitting the ball well recently. Contreras is another guy that's been hitting the ball pretty well recently. So those top 3 in the lineup are probably going to be my only bats from the Milwaukee side for mini stacks. Cincinnati, it's hard not to like Cincinnati. My one worry is Wade Miley. He gets a lot of ground balls, and he likes to Houdini a lot. But if you look at the last 30 days for this Reds team against left-handed pitching, they have just been mauling. 254 ISO, 354 WOBA, only a 22% strikeout rate for this lineup against lefties. So I think I prefer. I like Cincinnati. I like him as a 5-man stack here because if Miley does go off the rails, he really goes off the rails. And this Brewers bullpen is not that great outside of their studs, the back end of the bullpen. So I like it.
So we got a bet on this one, Joey Work, Reds Brewers. And right now, lines that I'm seeing is the Reds plus 105, Brewers minus 25, and the total is 9. So it's a healthy total. You like the Reds here, Joey?
Yeah, we got to take the Reds at plus money. This team is just very fun to watch. Lively, the scariest part is Ben Lively. On the other end, I do think the Reds definitely score some runs off of Wade Miley, offensive boy, lefties versus righties. Doesn't even matter. This team's offense top 5, top 10 in almost all offensive categories this whole year. And now we get on the other end Milwaukee, whose offense has been absolutely terrible. They're fifth worst versus. It doesn't even matter. Fifth worst in offense, getting on base. This team just cannot manufacture runs. I think obviously the more explosive team is the Reds, as we can see. They get on base, steal bases. Ellie De La Cruz stole second, stole third, stole home, all in 2 pitches yesterday. They have good mojo going. Both bullpens not very good, so it is a toss-up when we get to the bullpens. But I'll take the dog team at plus money, playing better baseball here in the Cincinnati Reds.
JJ, you want to hop on anything with the Reds and the Brewers?
Just want to briefly say that pitcher yesterday that allowed De La Cruz to steal 3 bases on 2 pitches should be drug tested for acid. I don't understand how that happens at any level. He should be relegated down to AAA ASAP. Should have been taken out of the game instantly, to be honest. Sad, but regardless, De La Cruz, absolute freak.
AJ, I just did a little search here. LSD can be detected in urine for 2 to 4 days from last use. So I think if you call the police, there's definitely a chance you can find out if he did use acid or not.
Yeah, something tells me you already knew about psychedelics before that Googling, Holden. But,
Never done
either you just happen to pop that off the top of your
Never
head.
Done them.
Yeah, no, the dude should be drug tested ASAP.
I was always afraid of acid, JJ. I was always afraid of it. Didn't want the bad trip. You know what I'm saying? It's not good stuff. Like button would be great. Summer 33 is our promo code. 33% off first payment, monthly or weekly plan. So, and what are you saying, Jacob Stubbs? Are you saying that the internet is not true about the LSD or what? I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. And what a great take from Rob Strong. What a great take. Ellie De La Cruz is Darryl Strawberry if Darryl Strawberry took it seriously. And Jacob Stubbs loves LSD. So, one guy likes fellatio, give and taken, and Jacob loves LSD. So we're right where we need to be on this show. There's no night game tonight either because everyone's leaving for the All-Star game. So we'll get this whole thing in. Is there a NASCAR show after this, JJ?
Sure is.
Where are they racing today?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember the track, but it is a night race. It's at 7:05 tonight, a late NASCAR race.
So is there a show right after us, or do you wait till later?
It's right after.
Okay, it's a good thing you know exactly where the race is. That would help. I'm just saying. It's in Atlanta. Everybody says it's in Atlanta. So
good. It's a little speedway action.
We just listen. Let's not beat around. We got a couple guys leave RPS. We just brought in a couple guys who are super studs. Mad Lab, MMA Streets. I know he does a little NFL. Third and Schlong. Got a chance to talk with the Schlong the other day, and obviously the rest.
Sometimes you probably spent a lot of time talking. The
Schlong was good. The Schlong was definitely good. Talking with the Schlong was good. We just talked though. We just talked. Next game on the docket, boys. Baltimore, Minnesota. I know Joey has a play in this game. At least I think I did because I wrote it down 20 minutes before the show started. But we can go to Gary first because the pitchers in this game, we got Joe Ryan, but we also got Kyle Gibson and the wind blowing out at a hearty pace on a warm day at Target Field. Talk to me here, Gary. Any bats?
No, I can't do it. I'm just going to pretend this game doesn't exist for me today.
Okay.
I just like other spots more.
Okay. Orioles are plus 130 dogs on the road, minus 150 for the Twins. And the total's 9, Joey Work. What do you like from Baltimore at Minnesota?
Yeah, so I'm going to keep this to a first 5 and take the Twins on the first 5, lay the half run, minus 120 I got. Kyle Gibson's numbers have been terrible. He's got shelled like his last 5 starts, I want to say. He's given up at least 4 earned runs in almost all of them. And another start on the road. His numbers on the road have been quite bad. The one problem that scares me is this Twins offense has been, hit or miss at times, but they should be able to get to Kyle Gibson. I mean, he's given up almost 50% hard hit. He doesn't really strike out many people. The ball's getting hit all over the park, and he doesn't really have an overpowering fastball for a righty. On the other end, Joe Ryan, another guy really doesn't have an overpowering fastball, but past the hard hit rate, his advanced numbers are really good. 261 X weighted on base percentage against. I definitely prefer the Twins lineup too. The Orioles, bottom 4 or 5, doesn't exactly scare me again. So I do think Joe Ryan probably goes out there, gives up 1 earned run through 6. It's just is Minnesota going to score 2? And I am banking on them to score 2 runs off Kyle Gibson, who, as I mentioned time and time again, continues get hit up. This is good. This guy should be like a number 4 starter on a team, and he's somewhat manning this Baltimore rotation here. So come playoff time, he probably won't even have a spot in the rotation, and if he does, he's going to lose that game he starts.
Great question, DFS. I don't know who's slapping their cock on the mic.
I think, I'm pretty sure Holden's chair is a little lower today. That's his balls bouncing off the floor.
No, not true. My thing is up here. My balls.
They're like clanking off his shins. That's what people are hearing.
Yeah, that's what happens. Actually, the funniest story was Joe Paterno, like toward the end of his coaching career, they said his balls literally went down to his calves. That's not a good sign. He's like, yeah, they just used to walk through the locker room after the game in his socks, and his balls are down to his ankles. Actually, it was his calves, not his ankles. We got a couple more games to go to.
I just want to say, pound for pound, to me, the best lefties on the slate are Minnesota's lefties. Price per dollar, they're all less than 3K, 2, 4, 6. Gibson often struggles on the road, and definitely struggles with lefties. They're practically free squares today.
Thank you, JJ. St. Louis at the White Sox. And Gary, Steve and Matt's going up against Chicago. And the Southsiders look pretty decent here. Giolito on the other side. Giolito might be able to kind of navigate his way through this St. Louis offense. They've just really struggled this year. You want to play some White Sox in DFS. And are they going to be chalky?
I don't think they're going to be chalky because, like I said, I think Boston, Milwaukee, they're going to be your top 2 teams, and then it's kind of going to get spread out a little bit. I don't think there's any obvious spots. It's a tough slate today for offense outside of, traditional like offensive powerhouses. I'm kind of glad that we didn't get Texas on the slate to kind of I just like it when those powerful offenses aren't on the slate. So I like Giolito here. I think he pitches well. He's been pretty good over the last 30 days. He's got 36% strikeout rate against lefties, 24% against righties over the last 30 days. He has been getting hit hard, pretty hard over that period. But man, this St. Louis team just continues to underperform, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't hate Giolito here. Definitely no St. Louis bats for me. And Matt's, he's going to go probably 3 or 4 innings, and it's going to be like bullpen after that. Cardinals bullpen's not that good. I'm not impressed with them at all. I like 3 through 6 of this White Sox lineup, like a lot today. Mm-hmm. They're probably my favorite 4-man stack, and I'll probably have to add in like a Remillard. I think I'll add in Zach Remillard as my 5th guy in my 5-man stack today. But they are my favorite stack on the slate today. So yeah, I love the White Sox here.
I'm going to say, in all seriousness, I'm not even dicking around. Remoulade sauce, like the Cajun shit, totally underrated when we're talking about the great sauces of the world and condiments. I know you got a play here, JJ. You might have a play. I refreshed and it said you had a play on the White Sox and the Cardinals, and the total is 9.
Yeah, so yesterday I had said my favorite, obviously I'd said I bet the over Kansas City Guardian game. And I also said it was my favorite leverage game stack of the slate. If you look at any tournament that won any money yesterday, they all stacked that game yesterday. Mm-hmm. The main reason being was price. It was the pitchers going. It was the Pens. To me, you have this exact same spot here. Now the difference is the ownership's going to be a little higher in this game than it was yesterday. This is not the chalkiest game on the slate, but I do think it's the best game to stack if you can afford it. And again, with not feeling very comfortable about paying up for some of these big pitchers today, you play a few mid pitchers. You can easily get this game in. Favorite game to stack. Love the total. I love there to be runs. I don't love the bullpen of either team. So, yeah, overall, love the spot for runs in here. I think you get a ton of foot traffic. I think balls leave the yard. I think it would be crazy if this game didn't at least get, call it 7-8 runs. But, yeah, I like the over the number. I like it from all angles. So, favorite stack, and I bet the over.
Okay. Joey Work, what's going on with the Cardinals here, dude? Just sell time, right? Complete sell mode?
Yeah, they're not very good.
Yeah.
Make some trades. Sure, it's a long season, but yeah, they're the division's probably the worst in baseball. So to be the worst in the worst division of baseball, I think it's time to move on, right?
No bueno. No bueno, amigos. They got issues at manager again. Seattle and Houston is our last game on the DFS slate. So, Gary, before you get out of here, Logan Gilbert, we got a little Belak action. Brandon Belak is on the mound for Houston. The Mariners been playing some decent ball lately. They're creeping up a little bit. And is the Houston lineup out yet? It's pretty early.
Yeah,
They should have it. Oh, yeah. Oof, gross.
No Altuve. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's out for a while too. Oblique. That's not a great lineup again for the Astros. So talk to me here, Gary. Anything either side?
I love Seattle here. I think they're probably my second favorite stack on the slate. Belak is just not good, especially versus lefties. So, I mean, yeah, there's only like 3 decent lefties in this lineup, but I like them all here. I like Eugenio Suarez. He's on a heater too. I think he just hit a couple bombs yesterday, day before yesterday, something like that. Like Mike Ford in the 8-hole. He's dirt cheap DFS. He's got a 400 ISO, 440, 450 WOBA against righties in 72 plate appearances over the last 30 days. He's been absolutely raking right-handed pitching. So yeah, I'm all over the Mariners side here and no Astros.
Okay. JJ, talk to me. Yeah, the Astros were good yesterday, but for the most part, the Mariners have been skyrocketing just before the All-Star break. They are, what do we got? They got to be pretty big dogs still, right? Minus 135, yeah. Or favorites on the road, minus 135. Astros plus 15. Do you like the Mariners?
I was hoping I'd get a pick'em spot here.
Yeah.
I did not. This line makes total sense. I hate Belak. The Astros have legit no bats in this lineup. So, yeah, I think the line's priced fair. I think the total's fair. It's just an easy pass.
Joey Work, Seattle and Houston. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I do agree with the crew here. I do think Seattle probably wins. But, yeah, their offense is hit or miss. This team strikes out the second most in all of baseball. They swing and miss a shit ton. Can Belak come out there and shut this team down? Likely not, but he'll give up, he'll pitch 5 innings, give up 2 earned, maybe 3, maybe he goes a 6th inning, pitches, gives up, he probably only pitches 5 innings. So 5 innings, about 2-3 earned runs. Logan Gilbert on the other end probably holds him to 1. So this is another, I probably under game yesterday. The score, I think it was 3-2. Both bullpens are pretty good. So lean is with the under. Full game, though, I prefer.
Like a little Logan Gilbert, huh? That's it, Gary, for DFS. You want to give us a play of the day and then get out of here?
I mentioned this guy pre-show to you. I just like this spot a lot for the Cubs. And I think Cody Bellinger is going to go yard at least once today.
Little Cody Bellinger action. All right, Gary, where can they find you? Where can they find your work? Is it at Run Pure Sports?
Well, duh. I do the playbooks on Sundays, Thursdays, Saturdays. I do free articles all throughout the week, Monday through Thursday, Monday through Wednesday, and then Uncle T picks up the rest of the week. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we've been crushing over here, looking to keep it moving forward here.
All right. Thank you, Gary. Take care of yourself. Always good catching. Gary, make sure you hit the thumbs up, the like button. That'd be awesome, too, because we work so hard. And we just want a little bit of validation on the internet. It'd be so nice. Let's get to our final games here, boys. We got 3 afternoon games. And again, no night games. We got the Rockies and the Giants. I don't see any plays here on the board. Total 7.5 in San Francisco. Kyle Freeland, Logan Webb. Rockies plus 225. Forget about the Giants money line. Joey Work, anything going on here? This total 7.5.
I really want to take the Rockies money line so bad. It's not even funny.
But
I mean, what is this implied total for San Fran to win the game? Minus 275? Like, this team should not be minus 275 versus anybody. Yesterday, the line was about the same, I want to say, right? And the game was awfully close with 2 bums on the hill. Now, I mean, obviously Logan Webb has pitched. He's probably, he is San Fran's best pitcher, I guess. But yeah, man, this is dog or pass at the number. There's no chance of mine. I'm taking San Fran at minus 275. There's no chance I'm taking San Fran on the run line. I do think the Rockies score a couple runs off Logan Webb. Just how many is really going to be the question. I think Freeland probably pitches good too. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
JJ, this game in San Francisco even on the radar?
No, absolutely nothing to add from my end. Line's extremely vigged up, and I don't trust Freeland either. Not in this spot anyway. So yeah, pass for me.
Interesting question from Marcus Martinez, who obviously works for the Astros front office. If we acquire both Stroman and Bellinger, do we repeat?
You know how hard it is for a team to repeat, first and foremost. Second, who knows how healthy they'll be. Yordan Alvarez is out. Altuve's vagina hurts. So who knows how healthy the team's going to be. We got half the season still left. So talk to me in September. Ask me that same question in September. I'll give you a more valid answer. There's too many teams that could win it right now.
JJ, let's just move on to the Mets and the Padres because you got to play here. Joe Musgrove's is pitching better as of late. Seems like, after the injury, things have started to slow down for him. Max Scherzer on the hill for the Mets. Mets +10, -130 for the Padres. Total here is 8. What do you like in this one with the Mets at the Padres?
So I said yesterday it was a little dangerous to go against Snell. However, at +100, over 3.5 a Mets team total for a team that's been hitting as good as they've been hitting all year, and Alonso's starting to find himself as well. I felt it was a good spot. I felt if we got 1 or 2 runs out of Snell, we would be fine. However, Snell pitched just incredible game. The guy's been absolutely, we feel like we've been saying this now for going 2 months. This streak has been incredible for how good he's been pitching. And I think the only runs he's really given up was a 2-run homer like 2 weeks ago. Outside of that, the dude just gives up absolutely nothing. But look, to me, it's the same spot. I only got to pay 15 cents more of vig. And look, by the way, again, the Padres bullpen took a mauling yesterday. It's like every single game, they bring out the same guys, and the same guys get into trouble every single time. They're not going to have the same pen arms available to them. This time, Musgrove does not eat innings. I think it's for 15 cents more. I like the spot more today than I did yesterday, so I got to go right back to it. Mets over 3.5 team total. My favorite bet of the day.
Joey Work? Yeah, just agree with him, right?
No, I like it.
Yeah. And then David Kessler. I wish they'd get rid of Holden. He's such a goofball and contributes nothing. David, I'm going to come to your job at Carl's Jr. and tell your manager you can't cook French fries for shit, and you should go fuck yourself. By the way, Summer 33, if you want to sign up, David Kessler, Summer 33, 33% off your first payment of a monthly or a weekly plan. There's one more game left, and I don't see any I don't see any bets here. Zach Davies on the mound for the Diamondbacks. The Pirates going with Carmen Molodonsky. Total here is 9. Joey Work. What are we doing?
Yeah, lean with the over. Zach Davies stinks. The one time I bet against Zach Davies, he did shut down Tampa Bay, though. And then I think it's Cody Bolton starting. It's basically a bullpen game for this team. Cody Bolton, then they're handing over to Carmen Alphabet Soup, but it's essentially a bullpen game, and Pittsburgh's bullpen is not very good. Yeah.
I'll give you credit, Joe. You're getting like Chris Berman with the one-offs. It's impressive.
Yeah.
Molodonsky. Whatever. JJ, you want to round out the show with a pick?
Nothing to add for this game. Joey did good enough there.
Yeah. Let's see here. It's got to be Madonsky, right? Madonky or Madonsky?
Donsinski.
Janowski. Stevie Janowski. Hold on. I really want to find the Majinski. Okay. Majinski. Carmen Majinski. There's no fucking G in there.
No way. Who told you that?
Baseball Reference. If you're ever looking for a pronunciation, just go to Baseball Reference. Majinski. I don't know. MLODZINSKI.
I don't know if that's right.
Quite a Polish name, Majinski. What do you mean you don't know if it's right? It's Baseball Reference. They don't get anything wrong.
All right.
They don't get anything wrong. Hit the like button. That would be awesome. And JJ, why don't you give us your best bet?
Best bet, as I just said 30 seconds ago, keep up the good work, host. Mets team total over 3.5. Absolutely love the spot tonight, or it's late afternoon, but absolutely love the spot. And Holden, you did a good job today. You got the show done in definitely less than an hour because we started a little late. We started late because of you, but you still got the show done in under an hour. So great job.
Joey Work, best bet today.
Yeah, I got 2. Twins first 5 -1/2. Reds money line.
I'll just give you a DFS play. Go play Donnie Johnson against Tariq Skubal. Play a little Danny Jansen. Everything's going to go well. All your wishes and dreams will come true. One more time. Here's the spiel. Like button on the way out. Be wonderful. Gary, thanks for hopping on. JJ, good to see you. Joey, work, good to see you. And just a reminder that Mad Labs MMA is with us. Third and Schlong is with us. 2 massive additions to the Run Pure team. Big T told you he was going to go out and bring in some studs, and he went out and he did it. So he promised, he delivered. Summer 33, 33% off. 33% off your first payment of a weekly or a monthly plan. So that's about it. Appreciate all the kind words here. And that's really about it. I've got nothing else to say.